Event.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting podcast. We are back with another episode of Premium Toyetic Event. So this week, Premium Toyetic Event takes us to AEW Revolution. Amazing pay-per-view, so much fun. Our first one of these where we were going to tackle AEW and Jazwares regarding their pay-per-views. So establishing the rules as we usually do. So Dave and I will alternate with some picks. We will tell you the 4 superstars from AEW Revolution that we think should be made into action figures. So this takes into consideration their performance, their ring attire, how toyetic were they, how infrequently do we get action figures of these professional wrestlers. We take all of that into consideration, and we're gonna give you our 4 picks of who we would love to see. Magic, Uncle Jeremy, Greg, all those guys over at Jazwares take on for both the AEW Unrivaled, Unmatched, and Supreme, and now AEW pay-per-view lines. So without further ado, let's dive in to AEW Revolution, and let's hear the first pick from Dave.
So my first choice is going to be from the early match of the year candidate that happened before the other early match of the year candidate this past Wednesday, and that is, of course, Will Ospreay's AEW contracted debut. He had the long flowing coat with the fur and feathers and just the different colors on it, with the gear that was purple and green and gold and white and black, and it was just so well colored design, and evoked royalty for the aerial assassin. So great match and a great way to represent it in figure form with Will Ospreay's debut gear.
So my first pick is coming from the night's main event. So, of course, Sting's retirement match. And no, it is not Sting. It was going to be Sting, but then we got a really cool announcement that the AEW Walmart Supreme Sting is going up, and that kind of covers all of our bases, right? We get every version of AEW Sting we kind of really need there. So my first pick is actually it is a wrestler that we have gotten countless times so far as an action figure. Very important member of the AEW roster. But his new character is something we have not yet gotten in figure form. So I'm really excited to get Nicholas Jackson, one of the EVPs. I'm not even gonna bother burying the lead here. My second pick is Matthew Jackson. So yes, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the Young Bucks, in their new EVP Ultra Heel roles. They had really cool contrasting outfits, ring attire for this. They came out in those sweet boxing robes. They've been parading around week after week in their suits. It's just really cool. I think this version of their character is a lot of fun. Their characters is a lot of fun. I love them as heels. Now, especially, I know we're only talking about Revolution, but especially now that Okada's in the mix, and if and when Kenny comes back, he's gonna have to deal with that situation. So, just really cool to see them kind of chewing up the professional wrestling scenery as Nicholas and Matthew. I would love to pose them on a shelf, giving the EVP trigger. It's just I love these two goofballs like this. They're super talented. They're a great tag team, and they're just eating it up as these heels. So so my 2 picks. It's a 2-in-1. You're getting both of them up front. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson from AEW Revolution 2024.
So my second pick is going to be from the AEW Women's Championship match, and I was kind of back and forth with what do I do with this from this match, because there's two great choices in here, right? But I think what I'm going to go with is I'm going to cheat a little bit and go with like a dream, let's call it a ringside exclusive 3-pack. Because you had Timeless Toni Storm in her gear with the weight belt and, all of the kind of things that go with Timeless Toni, but you had Mariah May in the classic Toni Storm gear. Of course, you had Luther. So, we've had a 3-pack of the Acclaimed. Let's get a 3-pack of Toni, Mariah, and Luther in there. Maybe even like a black and white variant or a chase or something along those lines. But just really cool aesthetic with Toni Storm being mostly black and white and Mariah May in the old black and red Toni gear, and then Luther as a butler. So that is my second pick.
And there you have it, folks. That has been your episode of Premium Toyetic Event. Who did we miss? Is there somebody from the event that you would love to see get made into action figure form? Let us know. If you're watching this on YouTube, let us know in the comments below. If you are listening to us on your podcast feeds, find us on social media at AIC_podcast and find this post. Leave us a comment. Tell us who you think Jazwares should tackle from AEW Revolution 2024. Thank you for tuning in, and look for more of these to come as more premium live events and pay-per-views happen from your favorite professional wrestling shows that have figure lines attached to them. So we're going to keep doing it because this is fun. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we will see you next time on the Adventures in Collecting podcast.